Jey Uso is going to the King of the Ring. Bayley is getting that Intercontinental Championship match. Goldberg is back and so much more. Welcome to the WWE Raw Recap, brought to you by Fanatics. You heard me yell at Megan. Goldberg. Goldberg returns on Monday Night Raw, and it's so interesting, right? Gunther takes the ring, and and by the way, we got so much to talk about. Bayley's going to be on the show. Jey Uso, of course. Asuka, of course. Tons to get into today. But Gunther hits the ring, and he's all smiles, you know? And if you, everywhere on the internet over the last 7 days, not to pat ourselves on the back, but everywhere you go, they're talking about, oh, Gunther said this on the Raw Recap. Gunther said that on the Raw Recap. But the quote that went everywhere was the quote when he said, I just won the world title and everybody's gone home. Nobody's here.
And he likes it.
And I like that, he said. And then he walks in alone again tonight, and he was smiling. I don't remember the last time I saw Gunther smile.
He doesn't come to work to make friends. He told us that here on the Raw Recap.
That's right, but he was smiling because business is good. He smiled through the parking lot. He smiles getting in the ring.
It's such an evil smile, too.
I mean, it really is, because you know why? Because when Gunther smiles, I mean, you can see it. When Gunther smiles and he shows those teeth.
And those dimples.
The problem is that everyone else's teeth and dimples, they make you go, oh, good news for everybody. Let's find out. Let's all celebrate together. When Gunther's smiling and showing his dimples, it's bad news for everyone else. Gunther's not happy if it's good news for him and also everybody else. That bums him out because of everybody else. Gunther gets very happy when it's good news for him and absolutely no one else.
I mean, he's the World Heavyweight Champion,
right? Right. And everybody's bummed, but he's happy about it.
That makes him happy that people are bummed.
That's exactly right. It makes him feel like he's on the right track, like he's doing something right. You know, he referenced, obviously these things get to him. It's so weird because you don't picture Gunther scrolling. You know what I mean? Nobody does.
He has more important things to do.
Does he? Because last week on Raw Recap, he brought up Bill Goldberg. So he knew that people were talking about it. This week on Monday Night Raw, he goes in the ring and he says, I'm not here to talk about rumors. He's talking about Goldberg. Like, Goldberg, I believe, has been top of mind for Gunther. I think that as soon as he won that World Heavyweight title, top of mind is, look, there are a lot of people waiting for Goldberg to show up and scream in my face. And Gunther is a student of the game. No matter what he wants to say, even though he shows it weird, Gunther is a guy who grew up watching professional wrestling.
Well, he did say back in Atlanta at Bad Blood, right, that Bill Goldberg was one of his favorite wrestlers.
No, he said that before Bad Blood, and then at Bad Blood he said, I said before you were one of my favorite wrestlers, but that's not true. Once Goldberg was there... See, he said, I believe he told Bret Hart that Goldberg was one of his favorite wrestlers, and then he told Goldberg, you are not one of my favorite wrestlers.
And then insulted his son.
Right, because then once again, bad news. Bad news. Right, and then to his son, he said, I just hope that Bill Goldberg was a better father than he was a pro wrestler. Oof. And if Bill Goldberg is watching, I don't mean to snicker. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to chuckle.
Especially a day removed from Father's Day.
That's right. That's right. And clearly, by the way, Goldberg has always taken his family very seriously. He said years ago, you know, whenever it was, almost 10 years ago, I feel like at this point, when he came back to WWE, he came back to WWE so his son could see him because his son hadn't experienced. I mean, you got to understand, Monday Night Wars, the thing, Goldberg gave WCW another year of life. Like Goldberg was an absolute phenomenon, just as the NWO was dying out. Goldberg was the thing. It came out of nowhere, and I mean, I can't tell you how many people got those Goldberg tattoos. I don't know how many of them are happy about it today, but I can tell you they got them done. But he was everywhere.
Are you one of those people? You're kind of giving me a look.
I go long sleeves. That's all I'll say.
All right.
But then he had his run in WWE after WCW was done. And I mean, there's just something about Goldberg that of all people, you wouldn't think that Goldberg would have this forever quality, but he's love him or hate him. He's got this sort of ability to maintain being Goldberg just forever. The second that music hit, you heard the arena. You heard Green Bay. They went nuts. Boom, 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 boom. And then the smoke comes up, and you're like, he's going to hit his head on Locker. He's going to breathe in the smoke and snort it out his nose. He's going to do it again. And he's going to take his shirt off and be in impossibly great shape as if no time has passed since 1999. It's going to be amazing. And that's what Goldberg does, and I think that you saw it all over Gunther's face when Gunther comes out and he goes, I'm right here to talk about rumors. Immediately, I'm like, you're talking about Goldberg again, dude. He goes, I'm here to talk about, what word did he use? Reality. And I go, yeah. And he starts talking about Seth Rollins because he knows that Seth Rollins has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He knows that John Cena has been planting that seed on SmackDown, going like, no. Seth wants me to retire with this so he can be the only champion. He can get Gunther's World Heavyweight title. And then just as he's talking about Seth Rollins, that Goldberg music actually hits. What did you think? What did you think when Goldberg makes his presence known?
Well, this is something that, as Gunther pointed out, everybody's been clamoring for, right?
Speculating upon.
Yeah, speculating wildly about.
Yep.
You don't see Gunther get rattled often, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say he was rattled. Gunther's never.
Good, because he'd be really upset. And he's been on this show twice, and neither time has been all that polite.
No. He wasn't rude last time.
He literally walked off and said, I'm only here because they told me I had to do it.
Well, for him, that's being pleasant.
All right. Well, I can't take everybody on their own.
What did I think? I thought this is a perfect way to begin this title reign for Gunther.
I mean, it's a wild way to begin. So Goldberg comes out. He gets right in Gunther's face. And I've said all that history about Goldberg to say that there is no doubt in my mind, whether he would admit to it or not, that Gunther spent a lot of time growing up, a lot of time learning about the business.
He's a student of the game. There's no question about it.
Watching Goldberg. And I would bet you that Gunther was a Goldberg fan growing up. And he's staring down this monster, because Goldberg has this way of being like, it's not like, this is so fun. It's a character from my childhood. It's like, the monster still lives. And Goldberg, is in Gunther's face, shouting at him, congratulations, champ. And it's like, you can see the spit particles coming out of Bill Goldberg's mouth and landing right on Gunther's face. And Gunther is like, at first, I think he's trying to no-sell all this saliva. But eventually, you got to go back to DX and put the windshield wipers on. But I think Goldberg was doing it 100% on purpose as an intimidation tactic. And Goldberg said flat out, we started this in Atlanta. Like you said, Megan, when Gunther showed up at Bad Blood and was running that mouth and Goldberg was in the front row. And he said, it's only fitting that we end it in Bad Blood. And I'll be damned, in 2025, at a Saturday Night's Main Event. We have a Saturday Night's Main Event in 2025, which is Goldberg versus Gunther on the 12th of July.
Now, Gunther is someone who has a lot of respect for the history of the industry.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, student of the game.
Right.
When he looks at an opponent like Goldberg, this version of Gunther, who believes he is leaps and bounds ahead and above everybody else because he's proven that in the ring. What do you think Gunther thinks when Big Bill Goldberg is spitting in his face?
Well, it's interesting because like I said, when he's right there in front of you, it's like the monster still lives. Like, I didn't know this was still a thing. And I'm sure it's like there's an intensity about Goldberg. And I think that's what made him so popular, is that it's a very unique intensity that I think is fairly unmatched. It's all Goldberg. I think if you ask Gunther what he thought about Goldberg when Goldberg wasn't in his face, he might say a lot of what he says about Jey Uso, that Goldberg won matches, but ultimately there was a lot of marketing around Goldberg. The entrance was a big part of Goldberg. Like, what did I just say? Smashing the head on the locker. The security walking him through the backstage, coming out and blowing smoke through his nostrils. The showcase of Goldberg. It was always a spectacle. And his entrance might have not have been as long as Jey Uso. His entrance might not have been as like sort of inclusive as Jey Uso. Maybe not fun for the whole family as Jey Uso, but still, there was a period of time where you would go to a wrestling show and go, I'm here to see the Goldberg entrance. Because the match is going to be 30 seconds. The match is going to be spear jackhammer. 1, 2, 3, Goldberg wins. I mean, there was literally, it was the top act in WCW for over a year. Entrance, spear jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, music plays again. That was the act. And that's what everybody bought a ticket to see. People bought pay-per-views to witness it. It was unbelievable. Gunther has in the past not seemed to have a ton of respect for that type of professional wrestling. You know, the sort of like the spectacle. Gunther, clearly, he said it to us last week. He's not here to be that spectacle.
Oh, he's here for the honor of this great sport.
And to beat people up and win. Right?
Yes.
And that's how he honors the sport, by beating people. So, you know, I look, I think that but that's what Gunther would tell you if Goldberg wasn't in the room. I think when Goldberg's tearing you down and it's a reality, well, now it's a whole different story. Because now there's a reason why it was Spear Jackhammer 1, 2, 3, and that's the guy that you're facing. Spear Jackhammer 1, 2, 3 is the guy that you're facing for the title. And the fact is, and this is one of the reasons why there are fans that don't like Goldberg in 2025, that Goldberg, especially at this phase in the WWE, developed a reputation that you would think, well, Goldberg is in the match because we haven't seen Goldberg in a while. It's the word I just used a moment ago, a spectacle. But nobody's going to lose the title to Goldberg. You know what I mean? Like, this is modern day WWE. You're not going to lose the title to Goldberg. And then Goldberg won the title. And you go, what? Goldberg's the champion? He would beat your favorite guys. He would beat these guys that you want. You're like, this is my guy. And Goldberg beats him. And you're like, what? What? He's still doing this? So the simple fact is that whether you're Gunther, whether you're a fan who is listening to this or watching this right now, I'm not telling you how you feel. I'm not asking who should. I'm saying straight up, regardless of the era, you can't tell me that Goldberg's not winning the title. Because how many times have you said Goldberg's not winning the title, and then what happens?
Well,
Goldberg wins the title.
Also, especially after what we saw last week, I didn't think Jey Uso was losing the title.
Said Gunther's not winning the title.
Exactly. And what happened? Gunther won the title.
It is one of those things where it's like Goldberg and Gunther are both that inevitability. Interesting. I mean, I can't wait to see. I know that the opinions are going to be very, very mixed on it. And part of that is because the reality is that there are people who do not want Goldberg to be the champion, but know if Goldberg's in a championship match, especially in Atlanta, Goldberg doesn't lose that much. You know what I mean? In any era, Goldberg doesn't lose all that much. Gunther doesn't either. And that is maybe what makes this all so compelling. We're going to be talking to Bayley in a few minutes, but before we do, Jey Uso qualifies for the King of the Ring semifinals. Beautiful fatal 4-way to end Raw. I mean, action, 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 action. You're talking about.
Everything really got tied together a little bit.
I mean, I love it when things get tied together. You're talking about Jey Uso. You're talking about Bronson Reed. You're talking about Rusev. You're talking about Sheamus. You're talking about 4 guys who decided, like, oh, these are the television minutes that we get at the end of this show. Let's use all of them. I found especially Sheamus and Rusev that were like, whenever that ring is empty, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna beat each other into oblivion.
Which gets all of us really excited because we've seen this teased and we know that they have a past. And when I saw that those were 2 of the names confirmed in the Fatal 4-way, it was like, oh,
amazing.
I can't wait for Rusev Sheamus. And I want more Rusev Sheamus coming out of the Fatal 4-way.
I mean, I guarantee. I can't guarantee, but I can guarantee.
We're going to get it.
It'd be insane if we didn't get it.
We better get it.
I mean, I think that's what's around the corner. Like, what's next for Rusev and Sheamus? Rusev and Sheamus. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Run it back.
Yeah. I think that's far from settled. I think we'll see a few Rusev and Sheamus matches, and it ain't going to be one that ever gets old. But, at the end of that, of course, you know, it's real interesting with this Seth Rollins faction. They always think they have the upper hand, but they don't always have the upper hand. So Braun Breaker stops Jey Uso from hitting that Uso splash on Bronson Reed.
Yes.
Then Sami Zayn comes in to stop Braun Breaker. But Braun Breaker ends up taking out Sami Zayn, who, by the way, very interesting interaction with Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw. Karrion Kross didn't come out there, though, because once Braun Breaker took out Sami Zayn, out of nowhere,
Here comes L.A. Oh, Penta.
Penta Fonzarelli comes out with his leather jacket. He goes, hey, and flips over the ropes out of nowhere.
I didn't think Penta could look any cooler than he does in his entrance, but then I saw him flipping in a leather jacket, and I was
just rad.
Was proven wrong.
Just rad. Takes out Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed's going up to Tsunami. Nope. Here comes
LA Knight. I jumped the gun.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
LA Knight comes out, costs Braun Breaker. That's going to lead to Jey Uso. 2 Uso splashes. Jey Uso wins the match as he's coming to and realizing, okay, I'm not cursed. I lost a match to Gunther last week, but we're getting our socks pulled up. We're getting back into this. My dad used to always use that expression. We're getting back into this thing, and now I'm in the semifinals for the King of the Ring. And he looks up, and who's coming down the aisle but Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins is walking down the aisle with a custom-made Bears suit,
and
not a bear suit, a Bears.
Yes, he had a blue suit on with the orange tie.
Right,
a nod to his Chicago Bears in Green Bay.
not nice.
Love it.
Not
nice.
Not nice.
Not nice. Last week we had the green suit for Money in the Bank, and the Tron behind him was green. This week, Tron was blue.
Right, it's matching his suits, which you got to love that. Gets in the ring, ready to take out Jey Uso because he's furious that his guy lost. That means, remember what Seth Rollins said? He wanted control of both championships. Mm-hmm. He could cash in on one while whoever won the King of the Ring tournament got to cash in on the other. Now Seth Rollins' group is completely out of this tournament. He's furious. He's ready to stomp Jey Uso. Cody Rhodes is here. He's on SmackDown. Green Bay goes absolutely nuts. They're singing his song, and we get the stare down. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins staring each other down. And Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. You talk about Batman and the Joker.
Oh.
You talk about 2 people who can't kill each other because you're too much fun to have around. 2 people cosmically linked. Cody Rhodes makes his surprise return to the WWE at WrestleMania 38. The American Nightmare is back. Seth Rollins is his opponent. And it has traveled all the way down since then. Seth Rollins was able to rise to where he rose by sticking it out in the WWE. Cody Rhodes had to leave and come back, and then they square each other off at WrestleMania 38 for 3 years now. The rivalry just brews and brews and brews and brews to the point where you don't even realize that this is still cooking until they're in the ring and until they are face to face. And there are a handful of people in the WWE that no matter what else in the world is going on, that when they get in the ring and they stare each other down, the world stops.
And that's what it felt like tonight.
100% right.
I mean, Seth was shaking.
Yes. Emotion.
Yes.
Just raw emotion.
We've been getting a lot of little nuggets lately, and it gets me very excited for where everything is going and how things are combining. I mean, we saw Punk and Cody have a moment backstage on SmackDown. And then we have Rollins and Cody have a moment tonight on Raw.
Just that little thing. You know we can't avoid each other forever, right? And I go, oh my God, like this is an earth-shattering match. That's an earth-shattering match. I need to see that. I need to see. How about a rematch of this? I mean, it's nuts. And then you kind of come to the realization after Seth Rollins decides to leave that we're getting next week in the semifinal for King of the Ring, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso.
Which is a match that we've wanted for a long time.
But they're brothers.
But here's the thing. Jey Uso does not become the World Heavyweight Champion, does not become single star Jey Uso without Cody Rhodes.
That's right.
Because Cody Rhodes brought Jey Uso over to Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes is an integral part of Jey Uso becoming a singles star.
That's 100% right. And leaving the bloodline and finding that independent voice. But maybe Jey Uso's a big part of Cody Rhodes being able to finally overcome the bloodline. You know, the fact that Jey Uso stepped aside, the fact that which side was Jey Uso on at WrestleMania 40?
They needed each other.
Yes. And so to see that, I mean, I think it's going to be one for the ages. Good guy versus good guy. One common goal, but 2 guys that if not, and this is what I love about tournaments, if not for the way the brackets are laid out, we'd never see this match. It just wouldn't happen. There'd be no reason for it. But because of how tournaments are, this is where we're at. And it's amazing. And just as we're talking about these matches, we find out that next week, Intercontinental Championship is on the line between Bayley and Becky Lynch. Now, before, by the way, we get to Bayley, who's backstage in Green Bay, I do want to tell you that, Megan, I see what you're wearing tonight. It looks fantastic.
Thank you.
The ECW t-shirt, I mean, after my own heart, I think you look great. And if everybody out there is going, how can I look as good with even newer merch than Megan Morant? All you have to do is go to WWE Shop. Yeah, you know, Asuka came back. We're going to talk about that later on the show. But there's a new Asuka t-shirt at WWE Shop, as well as there's a new War Raiders shirt, Raw is War, from the War Raiders up on WWE Shop. How about EO Sky, Over the Moon Salt t-shirt, all going right now. You can head over to WWE Shop for all of these new drops. Of course, we didn't see Nikki Bella on Raw, but the merch is still up on WWE Shop. I would hope that we're going to see Nikki Bella again soon. Hopefully when you do, you'll have yourself some Nikki Bella merch. And can you believe what just happened? Goldberg challenging Gunther. And how about this? The Goldberg's Last Ride collection. Already up on WWE Shop. All right, check for yourself. You don't believe me. You say, Sam, you're talking out of your you-know-where again. No. Check for yourself, WWE Shop. The new Goldberg collection is up. So I would recommend, I mean, it's all great. It's all amazing stuff. Now, speaking of amazing, Bayley is back. Bayley is challenging Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, and it's time to go to our first guest on Raw Recap. Guys, we'll get back to it in a minute, but we know wrestling is at its best when there's an edge to it, right? When it feels like a little dangerous. The sharper the edge, the better, and the same holds true in the world of shaving, my friend. The same holds true with the way you treat your face and in some cases your head, and we can get that done easily and inexpensively now thanks to our friends at Harry's. What do they say? What do you want to do? If you want to play good, you got to feel good. If you want to feel good, you got to look good. You need that confidence. And that's what Harry's gives you. Harry's is going to give you the confidence of knowing that you're all trimmed up, you're looking smooth, you're looking sharp, and you are looking ready to go. I got my set from Harry's, laid it out on my bathroom counter. Not only was my wife not furious like she normally is when I put things on her counter, as she puts it, but she said, I got to get a set of my own. Can I have yours? I said, no, baby. You've got to get your own. I mean, think about everything that Harry's is, right? It's not just German engineered blades made in their own factory that stay sharp longer. It's not just customizable delivery options with scheduled refills as low as $2. That's half of what you pay the other big brands. It's everything combined. You can get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover right now for just $8 plus a free gift at harrys.com/raw recap. This is a complete no-brainer. Not only is it going to give you the best shave, but you'll never have to think about buying shaving products again because they're going to show up to your doorstep and you're going to save money in the process. Get the edge on your shave with Harry's. Normally, their trial set is $10, but right now, you can get it for just $8. Plus, you get a free gift at harrys.com/raw recap. That's our exclusive link. harrys.com/raw recap for an $8 trial set and a free gift. Coming in from Green Bay, Wisconsin, look who's back on Monday Night Raw, and therefore here on the Raw Recap, Bayley Ding Dong. Hello.
Ding Dong, hello, everybody.
How great did that feel to start tonight with a ding dong?
I felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I hope people still like when I say it. I don't know if I come off annoying or what.
I don't think so. I mean, I think it brings back a cherished time in a lot of fans' hearts. I think Ding Dong Hello, especially based on what was going on at the time when Ding Dong Hello was hitting. You know what I mean? I feel like it brings it back.
What a weird time.
It was a weird time. It was a weird time. But it was also, you know, I mean, it was a weird time going into WrestleMania, right? Because tonight, Becky, you know, part of what she said was that she showed up at WrestleMania and nobody cared that you weren't there. But what was interesting is I thought, you know, reading what I was reading, that a lot of fans really did care. And you not having a WrestleMania match this year, promised and then having it kind of taken away,
Right.
was a real thing that people cared about and felt you were wronged about. And to see it kind of evolve into what it's evolved into on television is kind of an amazing thing. But for you to come back now with that momentum, how much is that feeling of knowing that was there and then not there kind of in you?
A lot. I was honestly like pretty emotional coming into work today and knowing that I was coming out here to talk about it. Because I just haven't talked to anybody about it and what like I truly felt and how it made me feel to miss that show. I mean, like I said tonight, I don't work just for the big matches. I don't work just for the big spotlights, but it obviously is one of the biggest nights of the year, and we only get so many of those in our career. And I've been lucky enough to have a lot of WrestleManias under my belt, doing a little bit of everything, you know, all kinds of different matches and hosting WrestleMania. But this one I was really excited for, to be back in the tag division. After, you know, having a pretty good run in that gauntlet match with Lyra is something that I was really looking forward to. So to be taken out of it by somebody that I've known since the beginning and somebody that I've really grown up with in this on this path and on this journey, like just to see how she's changed, how Becky's changed throughout these years is just, it's annoying and it's disgusting that she has to go to these lengths to get ahead. But I mean, it is what it is. I think that it's really sounds cheesy, but for sure, like definitely lit a fire under me and something that I was missing even in my title reign, my last title reign. I think there was something missing. And I think it's good to have this chip on my shoulder now and to be able to talk about it and to be able to freaking fight from it and to be able to have something to fight for.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really, really, I mean, insanely interesting. When you look at the Four Horsewomen, as somebody who was there watching the four of you kind of craft what we know as this division, in my opinion, and to see all four of you evolve so completely differently to the point that you would think, right, that all these years later there would be something that would join you guys back together. There would be some kind of a reunion feel, but instead it feels like later on, this thing that was once all about sort of the unity of building something has been kind of defined by this friction. And the fact that like the first thing Becky says when she comes back is like, yeah, I've hated Bayley for a long time. Are these grudges that have kind of existed and been, I don't know, bubbling under the surface for years? Or is this something that comes with success? Or how does this happen?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of everything. And man, it's a very, I feel it's a little complicated. It's a very like sisterly family type situation when it comes to the four of us. And if I'm being quite honest, I've never really been close to Becky where it's like, I've never rode to shows together with her and I've never been close to Charlotte. I've never, you know, we never had that relationship of like, oh, let's go out to dinner after the show, which what I had with Sasha, you know, like it was different. So I can understand where this is coming from Becky because it was never really there. I thought there was some type of unity there though. I thought there was some type of like with the history and everything that we had gone through, all the training and all the matches that we've had together and everything that we fought for and stood for in such an important time in women's wrestling in the WWE to come up and do this together to make change in the women's division. I thought that was a bond strong enough. But apparently not. After all these years, she still has some sort of insecurity and something against me that she's still hanging on to and that she still has to lash out on. And you know what? That doesn't take away everything that we've done, though. It doesn't take away the changes and the growth that we've put towards the women's division. But that does make it a problem for her because it's not something that I'm just going to sit back and take. And now she says I'm the nice one and I can play second fiddle and I'm okay with it, but I'm not anymore, Becky. I'm not okay with getting walked all over. I'm not okay with getting called trash and she took out the garbage and she thinks it's funny. I've been in this company for 12 years, 12 and a half years. I've been here 6 months longer than she even stepped foot in the performance center. So it's not a game to me. And I'm not somebody that you can just call trash and think it's okay. I'm not going to let it sit like that.
What made you coming back now? Like, what makes now feel like the right time to do it?
Well, first I had to, my shoulder had to get better.
Sure.
Duh.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right.
I think, it just, Becky's games have gone too far. Her turning on Lyra that second night was terrible, friggin' annoying and heartbreaking for Lyra. But, I kind of just had to sit back and see how everything played out. And to me, like, I know my issue is with Becky, but while this is going on, while her and Lyra are, going back and forth, there's really nothing that I can do. And I just had to, strike when the time was right. And that's when she's her happiest as the new women's Intercontinental champion. And that's exactly why I decided to come back that night.
Well, Bayley, when I think about your career, I think about how aggressive that you've always been. I mean, back when you cashed in on Charlotte in 2019, you went on, a 500-day plus reign, and you were so aggressive. When you started Damage Control, aggressive once again. Becky Lynch is acting extremely aggressive right now. So what's it going to take for the aggressive side of Bayley to come back and take that title from Becky?
I always say, and I always think and prove that experience always plays the game in everything. And everything that Becky's saying and everything that she's claiming she feels and claiming that she doesn't care about the people or whatever. I've been through all of these stages. I've gone through the roller coaster of the career. I've been happy. I've been sad. I've been mad. Every single day at this job, you guys know, we feel like every single emotion in one day. Like I know everything that she's going through, and I bet I can name her next step. I bet I know what she's thinking about doing next week in our title match, but she thinks I'm an idiot. She still thinks she's thinking of old NXT Bayley that, she can just jump from behind. She still thinks that I don't know how to stand up for myself. So to me, it's going to take all those all those years of experience and bring out my stone cold DTA attitude and just show her what I can be all about this time around. Know what I'm saying?
What?
Well, I did want to ask you about Lyra Valkyria, because we saw you two interact backstage tonight on Raw. And, you're someone who always helps everybody out, always lifting up the next generation. But it stood out to me that you didn't reach out to Lyra.
You mean after WrestleMania?
Yeah, and then you said it was heartbreaking to watch her get taken out by Becky Lynch, but you didn't respond to the text. What's going on?
It's not personal towards Lyra, but when I was taken out at WrestleMania, like, me healing and me going through that injury and me watching WrestleMania from home, like, just wasn't about her. Like, everything I was feeling wasn't about her. And as much as I loved the tag team we formed in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I really feel like we were on a roll and that people were getting behind us, like, she's incredible. And I really enjoyed, being by her side and being across the ring from her. But what happened at Mania, like, goes beyond that. And she doesn't even know, like, if she thinks she was betrayed by Becky, like, she has no idea what the history's been like between Becky and I, and that goes beyond what you've seen on TV. Like, nobody knows how Becky and I are in the back. Lyra doesn't know. She's still brand new. So it really just doesn't have anything to do with her. And I didn't do it to be mean. But it was just, I just had to be alone at that time. And I think one day she'll see it. I don't know if she'll understand anytime soon. She's still very young, like I said, but I think one day she'll understand.
Well, someone who did understand you tonight was actually Michael Cole. I don't know if you heard, but he said that Bayley was making a lot of sense tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Wow, Michael Cole, you don't say. That little idiot finally said something nice about me, huh? Well, I know he missed me. He tries to pretend like he doesn't miss me, but he does. He texts me every single Tuesday saying, "I wish you were there last night," for the last 2 months. But the thing about Cole is that he does. He's there every single week, and he sees everything. He hears everything, and he's been here for a very long time. So he knows snakes when he sees them, and he knows real ones when he sees them. And I think that's what he's seeing out of me right now.
So when you were talking about 12 years and all your experience, and in those 12 years, I mean, it's not like it's just been a stagnant 12 years. It's been a pretty remarkable 12 years, I would think. That everything that you've ever dreamed of when you had a side ponytail looking at the world wide-eyed going, what can I accomplish? I mean, from like WrestleManias to championships to literally still to this day having a match that is on a lot of people's top 10, if not top 5 of all time in Brooklyn. But I was watching, like, over the weekend, one of the big conversations in the sport of golf was Rory McIlroy, right?
You're a big golf guy.
Big golf guy. And the biggest golf guy. But everybody says that Rory McIlroy, top golf guy. But everybody, they're all saying since Rory McIlroy won the big one, he hasn't been able to find the motivation to keep playing like he used to. He hasn't been able to find the motivation to keep winning. I would think that this exact same thing applies to WWE, whether it's just about winning the big one or whether it's about somebody like you who came in full of dreams that they wanted to come true. And all of those dreams, I would think, have come true. When you find yourself in this position, which maybe you never thought you'd be in, how do you find motivation to still have those massive moments?
Because I was kicked off of WrestleMania.
Wow.
I got taken out from WrestleMania. There's always something, and I said this in my interview with Chris Van Vliet, since Becky wants to bring it up. And those are all real feelings. So she can talk about it, she can make fun of it, but that was before WrestleMania. This is post-WrestleMania Bayley. That was pre-WrestleMania Bayley, and we're very different now. But there's always been a chip on my shoulder for the reasons and the everything that Becky has gotten instead of me. Everything, all the pedestals that she's been put on, all the talk shows she's gotten to do, like, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. It's always been a chip on my shoulder, and it's always bothered me. And that's always pushed me to this point up until WrestleMania, when it just knocked me straight to the ground and said, you're still not good enough. And that chip on your shoulder, it's going to win. You're never going to get up from this. That is what is pushing me right now. I feel like there's chapters of it. And that's what's pushing me right now. I got to prove them wrong. I got to prove her wrong. I have to prove myself right that I can get to that spot. And I'm going to go through Becky to do it. And I couldn't have thunk of a better person to go through to prove that to the world.
When I look at this match, and I've been talking about this on podcasts left and right, that to me, Becky versus Bayley has the potential to be one of those rivalries that defines what the Women's Intercontinental Championship is. As somebody who I think has been at the forefront of championing for championships for women, whether it was a tag team championship, whether it was a championship like the Intercontinental Championship to have in this division. But I feel like when you look at that IC title on the men's side of things, you think of Shawn and Brett, you think of Brett and Perfect, you think of all these, massive sort of rivalries amongst iconic stars. And to me, that's how I start to feel when I think of the idea that Becky and Bayley are fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. And it feels like one of those things that could last forever. Are you looking right now at this in terms of a title? Are you looking at it in terms of what the legacy of this rivalry could do for that title? Or is this simply a personal matter?
Well, thank you for saying that. That's really cool to think that people may think like that. I think, to me, it's not about the title right now. It's just kind of like a cherry on top, to be honest. As much as I would love to win that title, as much as I would love to win the U.S. Women's Championship title, because those are things I've never done before. Like you said, like, I've done a lot, almost everything, but there's 2 brand new titles that I've never won that I wouldn't mind carrying and calling myself one of those champions one day. But I also think that the Intercontinental title for the women, it started off really well. I think the tournament was awesome. All the matches that Lyra had and defended, I think, were freaking great. I think she was a perfect inaugural champion. And I think, like, the whole workhorse title really showcased in the women's division as well. I think it got off to a good start, but I do believe, you know, for Becky and I to bring our experience to that championship and get the eyes on it, it's only going to make everybody in the division hungrier to get that title. And that's what it's all about. And that's really like bringing in the tag titles. Like that was always the goal, was to bring more eyes on more women in the division, make the women more hungry and want something bigger and better and more for themselves. And I think that's what this is going to do. And if a match between Becky and I can, you know, even level it up just a little bit, then that's what I want to do. But I'm just here to beat the living crap out of her. And my shoulder's nice and healthy now, so I think the title would fit perfectly.
Oh.
Look at those arms. Oh,
Wow.
my gosh. My goodness, you've been busy. My
2
God.
months off, baby.
Well, I'm not off from working out. Not off from
Doesn't look
building.
like it.
Working out.
No.
Off from idiots like Becky.
Oh.
Well, now you're back to him. Now you're back to him. The match goes down next week. I can't wait to see a title or no title, just to see what happens when the two of you actually get your hands on each other and maybe you forget how to be polite. I think it's going to be great. Bayley, we appreciate you giving us your time and being so generous with it here on a Monday night. And yeah, good luck. I can't wait to see what's ahead. I feel like this is a whole new chapter, like you said.
Yeah, crazy. I keep changing the chapters, keep turning the pages in the book.
It's amazing.
That's what we do. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
She's writing history.
Yeah.
It's right.
Guys, we will get right back to it, but I got to tell you why I love Car Gurus, because when you go to that car dealership, you're making a big purchase. And when you're making a big purchase, it should feel great. You should feel confident. It should be an exciting day. It should be, dare I say it, fun. But so often it isn't fun because we go to the car dealerships and we don't know what we're buying. We don't know if it's a good deal. We don't know what we should be looking for. That's where Car Gurus comes in. They make you feel confident about your purchase because when it comes to your big deal, you deserve the best deal. Real price analysis, vehicle history, price drop alerts, and the best deals. No bad dates, just good cars. They make shopping for a car exciting instead of exhausting. Car Gurus is going to connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. With over 4 million listings, Car Gurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the United States, so you can find the best deal. Car Gurus gives you the control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, the information, the data-driven deal ratings you need. It's no wonder SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site there is. So, buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure that your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com, cargurus.com. Thank you very much, the role model, Bayley, for coming on the Raw Recap. Yes, good to see Bayley back. I noticed that your support of Becky Lynch was very silent when you were talking to Bayley.
I just try to keep it professional.
Oh, no, you weren't. You were doing gotcha journalism with some of those questions.
Gotcha.
I found some of them were gotcha journalism.
What, the
questions.
Michael Cole one was offensive to you?
It felt a little gotcha journalism to me. That's how it felt to me. If you guys think differently, leave it in the comments. But I feel like gotcha Megan Morant is at it again.
Well, I just think that what Becky is doing is
felt
she's
a little-
trying to elevate the division, right?
Look,
It's like, what did you want? The 4 horsewomen. You want them to all get together and sing Kumbaya and just be happy?
that's what they said.
No. Becky's trying to make the
Okay.
division even better.
It feels a little John Stossel, but that's neither here nor there, okay? What I will tell you is if you want to tell Megan Morant to her face a little much with the gotcha journalism, you can come see us at Fanatics Fest.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Don't
Come on
actually.
down.
By the way, don't actually do that if you see us at Fanatics Fest.
Don't
If
do it.
it'll feel threatening, we won't like it. You think so?
Yeah.
Too
come
much
at
with
us.
the gotcha journalism, Megan. It's going down, of course. We will be there at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City, June 20th through the 22nd. That's this weekend if you're listening to the pod on time. Tickets are still available for all 3 days. If you've never been to a Fanatics Fest before, it really is a remarkably good time. It's one of those core memories, no matter how old you are, that you would just hold on to forever. Not only is it like great for collectors, and do they have every card imaginable available there. Not only do they have amazing meet and greets, but they have these incredible booths, these incredible displays. Listen to what they've got. They've got the superstar entrances that fans can do, that you can recreate your favorite WWE entrances on an official WWE set. And it's the real deal.
I think people are going to be getting them wangs up.
Get them wangs up. Maybe try to get in with some wangs from home. Maybe you do a little cosplay, get them wangs up, and then you go and do a nice Lyra entrance at Fanatics Fest. I would. There'll be live podcasts. There'll be panels, exclusive WWE merch. I got one from last year that says New Yeet City, and it's got the Fanatics Fest logo right there on the arm. Photo sessions, autographs, and, of course, just announced on Monday Night Raw that the SummerSlam kickoff goes down Saturday, June 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern. CM Punk and John Cena will both be there for the SummerSlam kickoff. That's on Saturday, June 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can be there, too, if you are at Fanatics Fest. Don't miss any of the action when WWE superstars get together at Fanatics Fest in anticipation of the biggest event of the summer, WWE SummerSlam. I mean, who knows what we're going to see at SummerSlam? I think, it was great talking to Bayley, because I really did enjoy her promo. And I really like in wrestling when real feelings start to get explored through these storylines and you start to lose track. That's why, this match between Becky and Bayley next week I'm looking forward to, because it's like, will we sense some of that real-life tension in the match? I always love that stuff. But also, not only that, but when you talk about the women's division, Asuka not only returns and looks, like $1 million, but advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament. And you look at SummerSlam, the winner of the tournaments will get championship matches at SummerSlam. Asuka, after over a year, is back in the WWE. And after winning the Fatal 4-Way, could end up wrestling for one of the championships. Could be against Io Sky. That'd be an amazing match at SummerSlam.
Sam, we've been talking about the women's division and how deep it is.
Yeah.
You add someone like Asuka. Look at the tournament right now. It's Jade Cargill, Roxanne Perez,
boom,
Asuka,
boom, Alexa Bliss, boom, boom. And again, spanning generations. Asuka's back here. Bayley is back. You've now got Charlotte. You got Becky. You got Bayley. You got Asuka. You got Roxanne. You got Jade. You've got Naomi. You got Tiffany. It's just boom, 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 boom. Stephanie Vaquer. That's what it was so great in this match tonight to see Stephanie Vaquer and Asuka put hands on each other.
I love the new entrance for Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, with the horns coming up.
More horns coming up. But I do have a little bone to pick with Green Bay.
Oh, boy.
Can we just get this right?
I don't think they chant about the tables.
They did not.
Thank God.
That's a big one for you. But I do have an issue with their chant, because I know Stephanie Vaquer is new to the Monday Night Raw roster. But when she does the Devil's Kiss,
go ahead.
You don't count.
1, 2,
no,
3. No,
you
the alarm.
No, that's what you do when she does the Devil's Kiss.
Oh, that was you. Those sounds came from you. I thought
Me
the car.
and Booker T. All right.
You and Booker. That's what Booker T sounds like too.
When Stephanie does the Devil's Kiss, you were doing it with me.
I don't know why I was doing that.
Yes, you were.
I think it sounded different than that. I feel like that is something I want to record on my iPhone to wake me up for morning radio in the morning. That could be my alarm, except it would upset the rest of the house.
How unbelievable would it be if you could set your alarm to Booker T reacting to the Devil's Kiss?
Not Booker T.
Me.
Double M.
Booker does it much better.
No. This is what I want to do. I want to wake up. It's the crack of dawn. It's time to get to morning radio, and I hear...
I can hear them laughing.
The neighborhood is waking up at that point. And you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, it must be a devil's kiss somewhere. And I'm like, what is going on? It's a horror movie.
But please, when she does the devil's kiss, don't count.
Right.
Participate
Right.
in the proper way.
I'm pretty sure after you made that noise, the fans are going to be like, oh, I want to do that too.
It's fun.
That's something I want to do. Megan's having a great time when she goes like,
See, I'm at home. I have a little baby at home. I
Go
make
ahead.
noises at her all the time.
Cooing
and the
or-
other day, I was
Right.
going,
you're trying to get the baby to do the Booker T Devil's Kiss noise?
Big fan of Stephanie Von Care.
I mean, I don't know. That feels like not that morally. There's something off.
Stephanie Von Care's lit.
No. She is lit. I'm not saying she's not lit. You know, I would never say. Well, no, you're right. Green Bay. That's the point. Green Bay. Listen to Megan, okay? That's the whole. That's what we're saying. You got to listen to Megan. You got to say, not 1, 2, 3.
Well, how does it go?
You tell me.
Okay, next topic.
Judgment Day. First of all, shout out to Liv Morgan.
Yeah, we're thinking of you, Liv.
Yes, hopefully it's a terrible thing that happened. You know, being a wrestling fan, as long as we have, like, you see these things happen, and I think sometimes we take for granted how dangerous this sport can be. But yeah, so hopefully, Michael Cole said it was a separated shoulder, I believe is what he said. I mean, one move into the match, you never know what's going to be that thing. But I mean, Liv literally opened the show by saying, "This is my division, and I'm at the top of it." So hopefully, you know, whatever's going on, she can recover as quickly as humanly possible. Because I would kind of agree. Like, I'm hard pressed to tell you overall, there's a performer that's significantly better than Liv Morgan in the division.
I mean, Monday Night Morgan, she's been killing it.
She nailed it. The Judgment Day. Listen, you're a hater, and
I'm not a hater.
Oh, and you've got to admit, the Judgment Day. They were on the same page today. It was almost old school Judgment Day when they all surrounded AJ Styles. Everybody wants to make all this noise about Finn Balor smiling at the wrong time, or they're bickering about this, or it felt old school Judgment Day when AJ Styles is in the middle of the ring and they surround him like a pack of sharks and they're all on the same page. Now, AJ Styles quick. AJ Styles quick. He got out of the ring, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that they were all working together on the same page, you preying on their downfall must have been disappointed.
Well, it didn't seem like Liv and Raquel were on the same page tonight, and it certainly didn't seem like Raquel was very happy that Roxanne was in the Judgment Day clubhouse, and then Finn pulling Roxanne aside to have some, little powwow,
Just club stuff.
private conversation.
Right.
Seemed a little skeptical. And I don't know, you tell me, WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year, right?
You're saying it's
No,
sus?
no arguments, right? If you were pinned by someone you referred to as your brother
Right.
at WrestleMania, would you forget about it?
Well, no, but I would cheer for my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You know me. I'm more of a
I am happy with Green Bay because they did boo Dominic Mysterio, so thank you.
You really, and you said you're not a hater. Okay, well, I do want to tell you about, we were talking earlier about Fanatics Fest, but one of the key components of Fanatics Fest this year that makes this year unique, this wasn't happening last year, is going to be Fanatics Games. Yes. Fanatics Games during Fanatics Fest, as a reminder, is a competition between select fans, athletes, and WWE superstars, including John Cena, Cody Rhodes, The Man, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, originally scheduled. Hopefully she'll be able to make it. We'll see. But fan competitors have been chosen. Fanatics is now giving fans everywhere a chance to get involved in the event. So we know who's competing, but now fans can get involved before the games kick off on June 20th. Fans that are watching or listening to this now will have the chance to predict the winners of each competition. All you have to do is download the Fanatics app to participate in this free-to-play game. Make your predictions for each of the 8 Fanatics Games competitions between any of the 50 pro participants, or select a Fanatics fan. This is the fans competing against the celebrities fans competing against each other, celebrities competing against each other. And this is everyone from, like, you know, whether it's Kevin Hart, whether it's a professional athlete, whether it's a WWE superstar. I mean, everybody's involved in this thing. All you have to do is download the Fanatics apps to participate right now. Whoever has the most correct picks will win. And you're probably like, oh, okay, just for bragging rights? For $100,000. That's what you're going to win. $100,000. Download the Fanatics app and make your predictions today, because once the games kick off on June 20th, picks will be locked.
And we're judging, baby.
Oh, you bet we are. I'm going to bring a gavel. That's what judges have, gavels.
The little order in the court thing?
100%. But it's not like little. It's, you know, this is a judge. I'm going to wear a robe. Like and a wig. A powdered wig.
We need to collaborate on our...
All right, we haven't talked about it yet. We're workshopping right now. We're workshopping. But before we get into Fanatics Fest, before we get into anything else, we want to bring on our second guest here on Raw Recap. Yes, our next guest here on Raw Recap, and that, of course, is our resident expert. Big E is here to help us break it all down. What's going on, E?
Not much. It's very kind of you to say expert. I think I am far from that. But I'm here. I'm here nonetheless, so thank you for that.
I mean, I would hope that you were a former WWE champion. You should know something about it.
I know a few things.
Okay.
Look, there are a lot of people who work in things for a long time. Doesn't make them experts.
Right.
I'm on that list. Thank you, though.
Hey, E, what did you think about Woods and his outfit today on Raw?
It was very Silky Johnson inspired. I don't know if you've seen the Dave Chappelle skit.
Oh, we've seen it.
Player haters ball.
Yes, yeah, famously. I don't know why. I don't know the reason. I won't pretend to try to want to know what goes through that man's mind. Mm-hmm. It was a choice. I will say that it was a choice. I don't know where this is going. I don't know. I don't know why. Let's just say I don't know why.
I think. I mean, the quote, you know, to publish is, it was a choice. And that's kind of says it all.
It was indeed a choice.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, what was going on? That's what was going on in your mind. What was going on in your body and your soul when that gold... When that gold... No.
Oh,
No. Let's get on.
My fault.
No.
Come on now.
I'm done with the player haters. I want to know. Through the vein, through all your veins and your blood and your everything moving, what was happening when you heard that music hit and out comes Goldberg?
Look, it was like I was 13 years old once again. It was like, you know, I harkened back to him winning the title at the Georgia Dome. I met this man at a Walmart signing like 25 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we got to do a Hot Ones together. This man, my wrestling fandom is so deeply connected to this man. My most famous promo of all time has to do with that man. Look, I wanted his retirement match. That's obviously off the table. I will say, if this is indeed it, Gunther is so intriguing. I love the clash of eras. I think, and this is, I want to see, obviously, seeing Jay not have the title is disappointing. But I want to see Gunther be in the ring with the biggest fish. And sometimes that's the best guys in the roster. But like us, I think back to when we were really rolling with the New Day and the Dudleys came back. And so you're not only getting an opportunity to share the ring with the best of your time, but you're also getting to share the ring with legends. And when you look back, I think a lot of our hardcore fans might roll their eyes and say, why Goldberg? But if you're a Gunther fan, I think when it's all said and done, you want to look at the list of names on his resume that he's beaten. And it's going to have guys from who had their heyday 20 years ago, guys now, younger guys who are going to be future world champions. So I think it's such a great test for Gunther. Honestly, I think for a lot of fans, they want to see Gunther move on from Jay. And this is such a unique, out-of-the-box. My fiance was asking me, who do you think is up next for Gunther? And I had forgotten about the whole Goldberg thing, and I didn't know. We were just spitballing, and when his music hit, it was like, oh.
That's so fun.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and that's what I love about our industry is you get to make these matches and these moments that a lot of times you would never expect.
Yeah, and also, and this is why some people are intrigued by Goldberg, this is why some people like Goldberg, this is why some people absolutely hate when Goldberg comes back, because if there's anything that we've learned, even about, I was saying this earlier, about modern day WWE, that there was a time when Goldberg would return and you'd think it was for one match or whatever, and he'd be in a title match, and you go, well, Goldberg's not going to win the title. And then Goldberg would win the title. Like, that's the thing about Goldberg, is that he's in a title match in his hometown. There's at least a decent chance that however it's going to work, he's winning that title.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is very possible. It's on the table. And look, for a lot of people who are detractors, feel how you want to feel, but listen to that crowd reception in Green Bay. People loved him. They were there for it. I think a lot of us who are a little bit older, it harkens back to our childhood. I think even for the younger fans, if you don't know his backstory, you see this menacing guy. He might be in his 50s right now, but he's still in incredible shape. He's still, the muscles are still bulging. It's a test. Look, this version of Gunther, I'm not picking anyone against Gunther, but it is very possible. And I think that's what intrigues you is could we see it?
Right.
Could this really happen? Is this possible? I don't think so, but maybe.
I mean, just that moment, just for the moment that will happen when the jackhammer gets hit and the referee's hand counts for 2. That moment of the referee's hand coming up and whether or not it hits the mat, that moment that we will all collectively be going, no, whether it happens or not, that's the moment.
That is indeed the moment. But look, I also need, like, Goldberg has done interviews for months talking about injuring himself in preparation. There was a time we saw him coming out with blood pouring from his head. I need my guy. I know he is one of the most intense people you will ever meet. I need my guy just obviously still trained, still focused, but let's maybe add a little bit more zen. Let's bring it down a little bit to make sure you're at your very best for that match. We need him to walk into that match. But like you said, we really don't know how that match will go, and I think that's the really intriguing part. Also, there's so much of that chest meat on Goldberg for Gunther to chop. Those things are going to sound off.
That's 100% right. I didn't even think about the chest meat, to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that chest meat.
He is always thinking about the meat.
Yeah, he is.
It's unavoidable.
Well, look, speaking of intriguing, let's talk about the fact that we have the semifinals nailed for the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring. And I think what makes both these tournaments, it gives them a new wrinkle to talk about is back when we were growing up, it was kind of assumed that at some point whoever won King of the Ring is going to fight for a title or something. But the fact that we know whoever wins these tournaments are going to MetLife, like they're going to a stadium to fight for the championship, I think elevates everything. King of the Ring, on one side, you got Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, which we'll see on Friday. And then next Monday, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. What are your thoughts?
We're going to get 2 great matches on the men's side. We already know that. But I think all the matches, both matches feel like coin flips to me. I really could see both those matches going either way. Oh, man, it is. The Jey and Cody match intrigues me so much, obviously because of their friendship. But also just what is Jay's direction? That's my biggest thing. Jay's not a world champion anymore. And it seems like he might be right back into that picture at SummerSlam. We'll see. But if he doesn't win this tournament, if he doesn't beat Cody and then beat the winner of Sammy and Randy, who is Jey Uso now? Like, I've heard some rumblings. Obviously, there was the promo that was just placed online by Woods and Kof, kind of getting on Jay's back after he lost the title. And some people are kind of wondering, are we getting to Jimmy and Jay reuniting? Is he going back to the tag division? Is that on the table? Is Jay going to remain a single star? Is he just going to be a fun act that sells a lot of merch? Or is he going to be at the very top of this business? That, for me, is the biggest question. I feel like I have a lot of confidence in knowing where Cody is headed. I think Cody is going to be a world champion again. In fact, I would put good money on that. And I think Jay has the ability, don't get me wrong, but this is really such a crucial point for him. And I think a lot of that is on him, is him deciding, hey, am I going to be okay with all the media, with all the commercial shoots, with all the press, all those things that come with being that guy. Do I want to continue down that road? Or am I saying, you know what? I got my taste. I don't need to focus as much for this Cody match. If I slink back to the mid card, look, I spent the bulk of my career in the tag division. I have so much love for the tag division. I don't want to consider that a demotion. But I think when we talk about the way our cards are structured in WWE, being a world champion, that is it. That is the mountaintop. So that for me is the biggest question. And obviously on the Sammy and Randy side, I think we're just going to get a really great match with two of the best performers. Sammy's discussion about wanting to be a world champion, to me, it's kind of wild to think about how much Sammy has done in this company, but he really hasn't been very close to being a world champion. His body of work is undeniable. First ballot Hall of Famer, truly one of the best to ever do it, one of the most diverse, and he can have a great comedy match, he can have a great hard-hitting match, tag team champion, all those things. But, I think there are a lot of people that would just kind of like a Mick Foley-esque run at a world championship of a guy who is he has been here, we love him, we have rooted for him, he has put his body through hell, and is he finally, before it's all said and done, before he retires, is he going to get an opportunity to be world champion? So that really intrigues me as well. And then I also have to say, there's Randy, and when we talk about the most world championships in WWE, obviously John Cena right now is the gold standard. But Randy has not talked about this being his last year or bowing out the year after. Randy says he has several more years left. Is this Randy's bid to meet or break Cena's record? Does he get to 18, 19? We don't know. So I think all those different storylines really intrigue me in these two matches.
And what's great, too, is of any of those four people, any one of them could get speared by Goldberg, who retains the title at SummerSlam, baby.
That's very true.
Goldberg's walking in as champion. He's walking out as champion.
That's very possible.
And then Queen of the Ring on SmackDown, we've got, I believe, Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. And then on Monday, we're going to have Jade Cargill versus Roxanne Perez, I believe is how it pans out. I mean, for me, I'm feeling, and this is very interesting, like Jade Cargill versus Asuka could be your Queen of the Ring final.
It very well could. I will say, I think I've noticed over the last couple months or so, I think Jade has improved in ways that we have not really talked about. Seeing her, she's no longer in a tag. I think obviously she was paired with Bianca for so long, and being able to be with someone who is that talented and that good, oftentimes you can hide your weaknesses. And a lot of people have clamored for Jade to prove that she deserves to be on this level. And when you're in four ways with some of the best women in the world, when you're in these singles matches, it's not, okay, can you really sink or swim? And I think what I've seen with my eyes is someone who's improving. She looks more comfortable in the ring as well. And then on the other side, I think of the Prodigy, who is still so incredibly young, but is so talented. And in this new crop of women, I feel like it is so easy to get lost, and she hasn't by any means. She's proved every single week she's been on TV that she is extremely talented, someone who very well could win this whole thing. And then also I don't think we give enough love to Asuka. She really is tremendous. And I think somewhere between, we had the four horsewomen, we had kind of that Bianca, Rhea crop come out as well. And we've talked, we know how great Asuka is, but we also don't talk about it enough. It's not present of mind. And obviously she's been out for a year as well. She, to me, is one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet, bar none. Just male, women, in any company. She is truly incredible. It wouldn't surprise me one bit to see Asuka win the tournament and at SummerSlam become a world champion once again. So yeah, we have such a great field, and there's Alexa Bliss as well, who has come back, and I don't know how she has bounced back the way she has after having a baby. It looks like the old Alexa Bliss of old. She's been incredible. The fans have taken to her. She has a lot of momentum right now as well. So I think the field on the women's side is really stacked too, and that also feels like a coin flip. So is it? Do we see on one end we have Asuka, who's been doing this for 20-something years, and we have Roxanne, who has been about alive as long as Asuka's been in the ring. So yeah, it really is such a great. We have so many different people who are different points of their lives and careers as well on the women's side.
Before we let you go, even though this didn't happen on Raw, I mean, I'm starting to feel like we need to do a SmackDown recap podcast too, because we're walking into a Friday night SmackDown where we've got R-Truth or Ron Killings or however you're addressing him versus John Cena. This man went from released to I'm the first guy getting John Cena to do a rematch. And I'm the first guy in this run. And I'm the first guy in this run getting John Cena to wrestle on television. What are you looking at when you're looking at John Cena versus Truth on Friday?
Man, I can't help but smile because I can only imagine how chaotic that few days was for Truth. The reception online from his peers, from fans. We were in LA doing the pre-shows and the post-shows, the countdown shows, and the Truth chants, man, like people were so behind him. I don't know if you guys saw his Busted Open.
Oh, yeah.
Where like the intensity that this man has brought, the rumors that it took Nick Khan to come in and broker this deal because Truth stuck to his guns. And for me, I'll always be talent first. That will always be my perspective. And to see someone who bet on himself, who knew his value and said, this is what I want and demand. And if you can't meet it, I'm gone. I'm looking elsewhere. So that I'm so inspired by him. And man, to see someone who is in his 50s and it feels like we're seeing a version of him we have never seen in WWE, which is it is such a testament to an incredible performer. I think so often in this industry, it is when you're really good at something, like Ron is amazing at comedy. Ron is incredible at comedy. The way he brings smiles to people's faces, not only on screen, but backstage as well. Honestly, maybe the most beloved man I have ever come across in this industry and maybe in life. Just truly beloved. But I feel like we're seeing a version of him that we haven't seen. I remember his run, I think, around 2011, where he was smoking in the building.
Yeah.
He was also weirdly a Confederate soldier as well.
He was.
I don't know if we want to remember that part. But even then, like that dastardly version of R-Truth, Ron Killings, doesn't feel like this version. This feels like a man who is tired of being put in a box, who is tired of being told how to present himself, of who to be, of how to make people feel. This is someone who wants to finish his career on his terms. And he is no longer the John Cena fanboy. He is no longer here to make people smile and laugh. He's doing it his way. And I don't put anything past this version of R-Truth. If he's the one to dethrone John Cena, it is uttering that sentence 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, you get laughed out of the building. But now, it wouldn't shock me one bit. This version of R-Truth can beat anybody. He is so focused. He is so locked in. He is so determined. I see the look in his eyes. I buy every single word that this man says. I believe it, and I believe he feels it in his core. And it's hard not to root for him. It is hard not to every time I see him on screen, every time I see a tweet, I smile because he is the picture of perseverance. He is the picture of endurance. So often in our industry, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
That's the one.
It's the people who complain and oftentimes have bad attitudes and cause chaos backstage. That has never been R-Truth. And so many times the people who do things the right way don't get the opportunities when they should. And I think what R-Truth is doing is really a testament of getting to do things your way, being able to look yourself in the mirror and know that you did right by people, that you were earnest, that you were honest, that you gave your all, that you truly did it the right way. And now, he is getting to call his own shots. And this match with Cena, what's to come? I don't know what's after this match with Cena. I don't know where this is going. But I'm just gonna say I'm riveted to everything that R-Truth or Ron Killings is doing right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. You're amazing, Big E. We appreciate you giving us your time. You're the best. Thank you to Bailey for joining us on the show. Of course, that's coming up on Friday. Next Monday, we've got Cody versus Jay. We've got Jay versus Roxanne. We've got Becky versus Bailey for the Intercontinental Championship. Megan, send them off one time happy. Devil's Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. It's bad. Thank you, E.